If you have ADHD, falling in love can feel like a tidal wave of emotion, powerful, immediate, and almost addictive. You meet someone and suddenly your world lights up. You're all in. Every conversation feels electric, every touch meaningful, and your mind can't stop thinking about them. But here's the hard truth. Sometimes that rush isn't love, it's dopamine. And that difference can change everything for you and for the other person. When you have ADHD, your brain doesn't produce or regulate dopamine the same way most people's brains do. Dopamine is the neurotransmitter that helps with motivation, excitement, focus, and pleasure. It's what gives you that spark, that feeling of excitement. So when you meet someone new, someone who makes you laugh or gives you attention or simply makes you feel seen, your dopamine levels surge. And in that moment, it can feel like love. You're locked in, laser focused, overflowing with emotion and energy. But that's the chemistry of newness. The same rush you might get starting a new project, planning a trip, or diving into a new hobby. The difference is when that dopamine naturally drops, because it always does, you start to feel off balance. You might ask yourself, did something change? Did I do something wrong? Did they? But really, your brain just came down from the high. This is where things get tricky, because the ADHD brain doesn't just feel love fast, it feels it fully. You don't half-ass anything, you go all in. You stay up late talking on the phone, you text all the time, you imagine a future in your head before the relationship has even started. And that intensity feels real, because in that moment it is. It's a genuine connection, fueled by neurochemistry. But when the rush fades, your emotional clarity fades with it. And now you're left wondering, were those feelings real, or was it just dopamine? Sometimes ADHD can make you question yourself. Do I really have feelings for this person, or do I just love how they make me feel right now? And that's an incredibly confusing place to be, because you mean every word, you mean every feeling, every plan you made, until suddenly you don't. For the person on the other side, it can be disorienting too. We need to remember that we're dealing with someone else's heart too. They experienced the full version of you at the start, enthusiastic, affectionate, deeply engaged, and then without warning, the intensity shifts. It's not because you've stopped caring, it's because your brain is recalibrating. But to them, it can look like you've lost interest or pulled away completely. That's why emotional honesty matters so much when you have ADHD. Before you dive in too deep, take a moment to pause and ask yourself if you're actually connecting, or are you just chasing a feeling? Because transparency early on isn't just kind, it's protective. It protects you from guilt and confusion later, and it protects them from feeling misled. So how do you tell if it's real connection or just dopamine? Pay attention to the quiet moments. When the excitement fades, do you still feel emotionally safe and genuinely interested in who they are? Or do you start searching for the next spark? Notice how your body feels. Real love feels steady, even when it's not thrilling. Those dopamine highs feel restless, like you need to keep doing something just to stay connected. And most importantly, slow down. Let the relationship unfold at a pace your nervous system can handle. Because real love doesn't demand urgency. It feels calm. It builds trust. It grows after the high is over. You can absolutely love deeply with ADHD. In fact, most of us do. We love with our entire soul. We feel everything. We care hard and we show up big. But part of healing is learning the difference between excitement and emotional truth, between intensity and intimacy. So when we meet someone new, we have to let the dopamine be the spark, not the foundation. Be honest with yourself and with them. That kind of awareness isn't just emotional maturity. It's love in its purest form. Love that protects instead of performing. If this hits home, let me know in the comments, or share this with someone that you think needs to understand ADHD love a little better. And if you want more tools for building healthy, balanced relationships, follow along. We're just getting started.